Welcome back to another Troy Pennington YouTube video. We're here at Kihikihi Speedway for our final race meeting of the season. Really looking forward to it. We've had 3 weeks off since Huntley, but ready to get into it for the final meeting. We've got 15 cars, so 2 all-in heats, then fastest from the front feature, and then they're doing something different. We've got a second feature at the end of the night, and that's just to flip the grid from the first one. So if you finish first, you start last. So yeah, looking forward to it. Got it grid 7 and grid 9, so just got to move forward in the heat races and see what we can do. Thank you for watching. alright. So heat 1, we went from 7th to 3rd. It was an awesome heat, and we were reeling in the cars in front of us, so we're pretty stoked about that. Heat 2 started 9th, and it was just absolute carnage. The first start got called back, and then it was just all over the show. At one point I think we got up to 5th, then ended up skating across the infield, and then somehow we got a yellow come out and I got dropped back like 3 spots on the restart, so I don't really know what happened there. A bit frustrating. So I think we started 9th, finished 9th, so not really ideal. We're starting 6th in the feature, so ideally we make it to the podium in this one, and then we'll be starting near the back in the second one. So see what we can do. We're trying some different setup stuff today, so just having a play to get ready for next year and see what we can learn. Bring it on. Well, crap, that was a way to end the season. First feature starting 6th, managed to get to 3rd on the second lap. I think the C's sort of just parted ways and managed to hold 3rd. We're pretty happy with the car. Like, we've just taken it back to basics and just trying back where we started. So really stoked with 3rd. The car was hooked up. I was trying to get humble and I made a couple of mistakes, just trying to push the car probably too hard. But no, that was really good. But finishing 3rd meant we had to start 13th in the second feature. So managed to get up to 7th. It was some pretty hard out racing. You know, the track was awesome. There's a good sort of middle lane and a good bottom. Harry Hodgson and I sort of had a real good race. You know, he was on the top at one point, I was on the bottom, then he was on the bottom, and I just got balked by Chris Lane, just got a bit tight and I had to get out of it, and Harry made a pass on me. But no, it was awesome racing. Happy to end the year on a good note. The car's in one piece, which is actually quite rare for us at the moment, so pretty stoked with that. We'll get into stripping the car and might make some content around that. So really appreciate everyone watching, and this is only the start of the journey. Cheers.